so frustrating. Oh, I should have checked. I don't know why I thought this quiz was due at midnight, because it's due at 11. And now I've got 10 minutes to do it, which is nowhere near enough time. Alright. Finished with 3 minutes to spare. Let's see. We got 1 out of 3. We got 2 out of the 6 right. It's frustrating. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. Had to drop the eldest off at school. Do you reckon I can find a park up here? I'm half hour late, mind you. Do you think I can find a park? No siree, no parks for Logan, not today. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. So, last night, as you saw, I did that that quiz, and there was a whole learning module attached to it, which I just skimmed through so that I could get to the quiz, so that I could do it in the due time, which means I'm walking into this class today knowing absolutely nothing. Zilch. I have a basic understanding of how treaties work, which is what this class today is on. But I just did not have time to touch the learning module because my computer decided to go and after it went, I gave up. I could have done it on my laptop. I just couldn't bother. I'd given up. So here we are today, knowing nothing, unable to park. 2 days left of the week. Found a park. Okay, let's go get a green tea and go to uni. Didn't think to bring my skateboard today, which was definitely an error on my part because I parked so freaking far away from the uni. Something you definitely need to consider before you start university is that you don't get sick leave. You don't get time off. If you are sick, you don't get to go, oh, I need a week off, pause my study, like you do if you're at work. So it doesn't work like that. If you take a week off, next week you have 2 weeks worth of work to do. Okay, so that's class done. On the way home. I wasn't very productive in the class, didn't hand in my summary sheet. So I'm not doing very well in that class. It's only the 5th week. I can definitely turn it around, and I'm going to turn it around. A massive opportunity to turn it around coming this weekend. It looks like I'm going to be spending 10 hours on a train. See, my wife and I are shopping for a car, and we found one that's a 5.5 hour drive away, which I'd more than happily do, but my wife obviously can't do it, and I'm having trouble finding anyone who'll do it with me. So my only other option is to catch a super early train all the way down, and the train after train after train after train would get me there in about 10 hours. So I'm hoping in that time I'll be able to catch up on all my uni work. I'm hoping to get this week's stuff done this week, like today, tonight, and I don't really want to be doing anything tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. And then this massive train trip coming, so we're upgrading because we're having another baby, and as you can see, well, you can't see the seat behind me, but this car's full of baby seats, so we need some extra seats. And the car which we found is just a far better deal than anything else. So sometimes you have to do a 5.5 hour trip to get a car, don't you? Very productive night last night. I procrastinated for a little bit. It's been a little while since I've cleaned my computer, like the peripherals and the computer itself, and my keyboard looks like schmick, and so does my mouse and my screen. The online learning module for admin done, so that is finished. I still have to put something on the discussion board. Kind of halfway done for this week's worth of work, which is a relief. On more exciting news, I just got off the phone to the lady who my wife and I are buying a car from. They're more than happy to meet me at the airport, which apparently is only 10 minutes away from their house. Catch the plane down, meet this lady at the airport, buy the car, drive her back to her house, and then come home. Looks romantic in here, doesn't it? I don't know why. It's just me and my work. Hanging out. We had lights and then all of a sudden they just dimmed. Hold on, see if I can fix it. Oh, did right. Better. It's 8. Yeah, it is. It's 8:30. That's today done. Well, for uni, I've still got to go to work, but it's not the end of the episode. It's not, because I'm flying to Maruya tomorrow, which is Saturday. I'm flying to Maruya tomorrow to pick up a car and then drive 5.5 hours home. And that's going to be another feature of this episode, which I'll transition to now. Good morning, YouTube. It's 6. Yep, it's 6 a.m. Fortunate enough to have a lift from my old man, the legend that he is, all the way to Sydney Airport, where I'm catching a plane at 9 o'clock this morning, and the plane's going to be in the air for an hour instead of me being on the road for 5.5 hours to pick up the car to drive 5.5 hours home. So this is the start of a very short travel vlog, which is part of the normal episode. Time to check in.
I thought it was pretty crap.
Thanks, bud. So I've just picked up the car, and before I show you it, look what I found. I've stopped at the most picturesque place I've seen since I've left, just to explain what we're doing. So I've been on the plane, I've landed. I landed at 11ish. The plane was a little bit late. It's 1 o'clock now, so I've been in the car, the brand new car, well not brand new, but new to us car for 2 hours, heading north. The story goes, the car was 420 something kilometres away from my place, but it was a huge savings. So flew down to get it, I've picked it up, and now I've got to drive it home by myself. And it doesn't have Bluetooth, so I'm listening to the radio. I'm not going to show you the car until I get home because the people who sold it didn't clean it. So, yeah, it's nice and all, but it doesn't look shiny. When I get home, I'll clean it up with the kids and then do a reveal. It's nothing fancy, by the way. Just if you think it's like a sports car or something, maybe just stop watching now because it's a family car. But yeah, look at how beautiful this is. Great, huh? Don't know if that's super clear. Actually, it's backwards, but Sydney, 201 kilometers away. I'm about 130 k's north of Sydney, so we've got to do that and another 130 k's. We're getting there. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. So we're just about to take the turn off to Sydney. So we're almost halfway home. Yeah. Look. 183 kilometres from here to Newcastle, which means I've got about 130 kilometres from here to home. Almost there. It's been a long day. Alrighty. We're an hour away from home. I'm getting out to get dinner because I need to stand up. It's been like, I think I did like 2 or 3 hours straight. So I realised that I didn't have anything to say about my flight. Like review-wise, I'm definitely not an authority on flying or airlines or anything like that. I mean, I do it so infrequently, but this is only the second time I've ever caught a plane that was that small. Like the cockpit or the cabin was about 6 foot tall, so like my head was on the roof. It only had 2 aisles, one with 2 seats, one with 1 seat, and there was only 9 rows. So, you know, not a very big plane. I think my opinion's honestly also affected because the pilot we had's a trainee. So it wasn't a very comfortable trip when we were doing. There was a lot of banking manoeuvres and turning manoeuvres and slow manoeuvres that he was just, to his credit, we landed safely, so that's fine. But as for the airline itself, look, they're pertinent with their updates. They were great with calling passengers. They were super good letting us know when like it had been delayed and things like that. On the flight we got free drink, could have been tea, coffee or water, free snack, 2 free snacks in fact, one was a breath mint, which is good. It's comforting to see because like a lot of the big airlines like Qantas and things like that don't do that, but yeah, Rex Airlines, you have my vote. Let's go home. So how's this for lucky, right? Now that it's dark, all the lights have come on, like the interior lights, one of which is the CD in light, which means old mate who sold me the car left the CD in, and he left Papa Roach's Infest. What? I could have been listening to Papa Roach all day. At least I get to listen to it for the last bit of the way home, and then I probably need to send it back to him. That's it. Trip's done. It's 7 o'clock and I'm home. Because it's so dark, I won't be showing you the car today. You're going to have to wait until next episode. Thanks.